volunteers regarding officer positions in the fire department.
Sure. Thank you, Mr. Chair. So, members of the board, when we voted to change our policy and allowing our county employees to volunteer for the volunteer fire departments, we put a stipulation on it that our paid staff could not hold an officer position. I've been contacted by the Manelson Volunteer Fire Department requesting us to consider changing that. Originally I had supported that prohibition, but after thinking about it, one of the reasons we allowed our county staff to volunteer was that, one, we were saying it was a different job. Two, we were saying it was a separate agency. So after thinking about that, I'm not sure why we are, telling them who and can't hold an officer position in their agency. So I would recommend that we just leave it up to each individual agency and go from there. So,
Are there any questions?
I do have one. And, Mr. Martin, I'm sure that we've run this by our public safety director.
I have discussed it with Chief Beam, also the county administrator, and he reached out to county attorney. So.
And they're all positive?
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, I want to make it clear in part of the record that I'm not going to have any part of this discussion. I have children that are in the volunteer agencies in the county, so therefore I'm not going to take part in it.
All right. I had I had talked to Mr. Martin briefly on the phone about this. He had called, and I said, well, what if you get someone in a position as an officer in one of these organizations, and that maybe they're undermining the department, so to speak, because whatever it may be, the motive. And he showed me, at least the Amherst Fire Department, I'm sure the other departments have bylaws that allow you to remove individuals from these positions. Is that correct?
That's the way it is in Amherst.
Amherst?
Yes.
Okay. So, I guess that would be in each individual bylaw department. I would assume each would have it. I don't know that for a fact, but it seems it would be, if you had somebody in there that wasn't competent or, got in trouble or something like that, you would have the ability to remove them from that position.
Sure. That's why, again, I think it should be up to each individual agency. The request came from Manelson. Honestly, there is a member in Amherst Fire Department right now that works for an outside fire and EMS agency. Wants to be an officer next year in our department as a captain. He'd love to come work for the county. The county's doing a lot of good things under Chief Beam's leadership, and but that he still has that love for the volunteer agency. So I think it's beneficial. I think leaving it up to each individual agency is the right thing to do, and I would put that in form of a motion.
All right, there's a motion on the floor by Mr. Martin. Is there any further discussion? If not, all in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye.